You probably know what a tip jar is. But why do we tip people at all? The answer takes us through European aristocrats, American railroads, labor laws, restaurants, smartphones, and eventually, YouTube. The exact origin of tipping is disputed, but by the 1500s, visitors to wealthy English households commonly gave servants extra money called vails. At first, it was a voluntary thank you for extra work. Then something familiar happened. The voluntary gift became socially expected. Tipping eventually crossed the Atlantic, where many Americans initially hated it. They considered it an aristocratic European custom incompatible with a country supposedly built on equality. But after the Civil War, tipping took a darker turn. Many formerly enslaved Black Americans found work in poorly paid service jobs. Companies such as Pullman employed thousands of Black railroad porters at low wages, leaving workers heavily dependent upon passengers' tips. The employer had effectively transferred part of the responsibility for paying its workers to its customers. Americans fought back. Several states actually outlawed tipping during the early 1900s, and labor organizations argued that employers, not customers, should be responsible for paying workers. But tipping survived. In 1966, federal labor law formally incorporated tips into America's wage system. Today, under federal law, qualifying tipped workers can still be directly paid substantially less than the normal federal minimum wage if their tips make up the difference. Then came the touch screen. Suddenly, we're being asked to tip at coffee shops, counters, kiosks, and businesses where tipping once would have seemed bizarre. But the internet created something different. The digital tip jar. Suppose you watch one of my videos. You didn't hire me. There's no bill afterward. You can watch the entire thing and leave without paying a penny. But maybe you learned something and decide to throw $5 into my Ko-fi tip jar. Is that really a tip? I think it's closer to something much older: patronage. During the Renaissance, wealthy families like the Medici financed artists, architects, and scholars. The internet democratized that idea. Instead of one wealthy patron giving a creator $5,000, 1,000 ordinary people can each give $5. Nobody has to be rich. It's crowdsourced patronage. So the digital tip jar may represent another step in a tradition that's been evolving for centuries. Servants received vails. Waiters received tips. Artists received patronage. And now, creators have a little button saying, "If this was worth something to you, help me make the next one." 500 years later, the jar is still here. We just made it digital.